Harry, what is it?
Get back to the cop!
Who are you? What do you want?
Girl gets a feeling for a fella and lets him have her holy gift. Delusions!
That's just who you are. You're a fuck up. That's it. I don't care.
Okay,
Whatever.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a shit.
You shouldn't give a shit. Who gives a shit? I definitely don't give a shit.
Look, losers like you are incapable of taking care of themselves. You're either leeching off mommy, or leeching off welfare, or living off the government in jail. That's you.
Sick of your laughing, snoring, and your goddamn farts. Your goddamn farts!
Hey y'all, hey, it's Amber. Did you figure out whose birthday we're celebrating today? Robert Douglas Thomas Pattinson was born on May 13th, 1986 in London, UK. I think for most of everyone in this world, he was introduced to us as Cedric Diggory in the 4th movie for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That was the first thing I saw him in. And I immediately called dibs. Quickly took it back because he kind of looked like he was 12. And when I say 12, like 16, 17, since that's how old the other cast members of that Harry Potter movie were at the time. And that made me feel creepy. Well, hilariously, found out later he was actually, I think he was 18 or 19. So he was only a few years younger than me at the time. He definitely doesn't have a really big role in that movie. I just thought he was really cute, and I was super interested in finding out more about the Hufflepuff house because that's what he was from, and I think that was the first time we really got to interact with someone from Hufflepuff because it was always Gryffindor, 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 Slytherin. If you've seen that movie, you didn't really get to see much into it. We just knew he was the star Hufflepuff, and if you've seen the movie, you saw how it plays out, so it definitely plays with your heartstrings. And after that, he just kind of disappeared. To me, like, I didn't see him in anything else until this one movie came out. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's called Twilight? Good God. I won't jump into all my Twilight stories just yet because I do have a ton. I'm sure I'll go over it later when we're going through the DVDs I own. I think one of the main reasons why I've followed Rob kind of as closely as I have over the years, I don't know, there was just this silly sensitive thing that I was picking up from all his interviews, and oh my god, his interviews are hilarious, and just this like sincere awkwardness that I was drawn to. Like, you just want to get to know him more and figure out kind of what's in his head. He's just very playful, and I'm drawn to vibes like that. Plus, I mean, he's so sarcastically funny. I mean, everyone knows how much he would hate on Twilight in interviews promoting any of the Twilight movies. That alone was hilarious. And he definitely is in my little cinnamon roll club. He is a proud member, along with the other people that I can't think of right now. He probably was one of the founding members, to be honest, to have that term, to be completely truthful. And I think to top it all off, despite all of the haters throughout the years, he has actually evolved into a really amazing actor. And I think with the release of the Batman this year, people are finally believing that. Because I mean, that Batman movie was pretty good. Let's figure out my top 5 favorite Robert Pattinson movies. So off the top of my head, here are my top 5 favorite Robert Pattinson movies in no particular order. I'm gonna start off with the old school ones first, mainly because I can't pick which one I like more, so it's a tie for one pick with the movie How to Be and the movie Little Ashes. Also, I love the movie Remember Me. I'm gonna have to pick Twilight just because of how cheesy it is, and again, I'm a hopeless romantic, so I just was eating that cheese up despite everything wrong with that movie and story. I think I might add the Batman on there too, even though it's brand new, but again, he was just really good in it, and I really liked the movie all around. And I think for my last pick, I'm gonna go with Good Time. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. I saw it in theaters. It's amazing. He's amazing in it. I have nothing but good things to say about that movie. So those are my top 5 favorite Robert Pattinson movies off the top of my head. Which again, like in all the other videos, that might change once I go through his IMDb later. So these are all the Robert Pattinson DVDs that I own. I actually thought I had more than this, considering half of them are for a particular franchise, or almost half I should say. And I know there's a bunch of other ones of his movies that I do love and surprised I don't have. But then again, I'm sure once we go through his IMDb I might realize, oh shit, I forgot he was in that movie. Let's start with the DVDs that I own that I haven't seen yet. First one up, Love and Trust. I feel like this is a bunch of short story movies and he's in one of them. Don't really know because I never saw it. I just know he was in it, so I bought it when I finally found it, probably at Amoeba's to be honest, in California, but I don't know. Still haven't seen it. Rob Obsessed. Definitely haven't watched this. I'm pretty sure someone got this for me for like a birthday or I'm pretty sure I got this as a gift. I don't remember when, but it's still in the wrapping, so I haven't watched it. I might have to watch it one day for some giggles because I'm sure it's hilarious. It's probably just as bad as some of those Leo ones that I own that are like this. And the last DVD that I have not seen yet is The Rover. I have been meaning to watch this for years. Meant to go see it in theaters, but it was one of those very indie movies that wasn't there very long, so I didn't get a chance. And obviously, I bought it during a Black Friday, so one of these days I'll get to it. Bat Mother's Handbook. This is one, I feel like this was a TV movie done over in England. He's awkwardly adorable in it. The movie's alright, but he's cute in it, which is probably why they put him front and center, even though he's not. I don't remember him being in it that much, but it's definitely worth one watch at least, because he's cute in it. The Haunted Airman. This is trippy. Again, I think it's another kind of made for TV over the pond, and I think there's a spider scene in this that freaked me the fuck out. The acting is kind of hokey, but it's also during his earlier days. Like, this is pre-Twilight, but after Harry Potter, so I think he's still kind of evolving his craft. I still kind of enjoyed it, even though it's very random. So definitely worth a watch if you are a Robert Pattinson fan. Life. This movie I recently saw finally, maybe like 2 years ago. I don't know why it took me so long because I love Dane DeHaan and Rob. Dane DeHaan plays James Dean in this, and Robert plays the photographer that just kind of follows him around. They go to James Dean's family's house for Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, and he just kind of like reports it through photographs. I thought it was pretty good. They both did really good. I mean, it was very interesting because there was stuff I didn't know about James Dean, so definitely give it a watch if you haven't seen it. Little Ashes. Again, this is Rob playing Salvador Dali and the supposed love affair he had with one of his college best friends. There's a song at the end of this movie that I need to own it, and I've tried for years trying to find it. I don't think it exists anywhere that you could buy it, but I freaking need it. It's so haunting but beautiful. This movie's kind of dry, but I definitely love it. The acting in it is great. You could definitely tell Robert was starting to really get into grasping the depths that most actors dive into with their characters. So it was really cool to see that kind of unfold in front of your eyes. Even though some of the Dali extremes were kind of, sometimes they were over exaggerated, I think, but otherwise I think everyone in this is really good. How to Be. I love this movie. He's, again, awkwardly adorable. He sings in this movie, if I remember correct. It definitely drags, but shit, what is this movie even about? I don't even remember what this is about, and I've seen this movie so many times. I just remember his friends, like one of his friends is obsessed with like Freddy Krueger and never leaves his house, whereas the other friend is just pretty crazy. One cool thing about this that I remember when we went to see it at Film Festival is the crew said that in the bar scene that the actors are actually all kind of drunk and they're improvising, so that's kind of funny. I definitely need to rewatch this, and I know Patrick hasn't seen it, so that's a great reason to, but I really like this movie. I really like the music in this movie as well, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This, as I've said, I think in my Gary Oldman birthday video, I think I said it in another video too, I don't remember which one, but this is the only Harry Potter movie I own, and it's because of Robert Pattinson. I think it's one of the things I wanted all the movies to be done before I bought the movies, but I really wanted this one so I could watch it even though I still haven't opened it. But then again, it's streaming everywhere, so you don't really have to. Well, not everywhere, but you know what I mean. It's a Harry Potter movie. Is there really much to say? If you like Harry Potter, you'll like this because it's number 4 out of the, was it 7 or 8? I don't even remember. Either way, it's Harry Potter. I love this movie. It's also the Return of Voldemort. Oh, that was the other video. It was the Ray Fiennes video. So in the Gary Oldman and the Ray Fiennes birthday videos, I'm pretty sure I say this is the only Harry Potter movie I have because it's true. Either way, it's a good one. So you should check it out if you haven't. Because why haven't you? Remember Me. I think this is the first movie he did, or one of the first movies outside of Twilight, when Twilight was blowing the fuck up. He did this movie. I really like this movie a lot. I know a lot of people shit on it, but his chemistry with Emily is amazing, and him playing just the pretty much broken and beat down son of Pierce Bronson and how protective he is of his little sister, it's just really good. I highly recommend it. I actually went up to New York with my friends and we watched some of this being filmed. It was so cool. Actually, it's this scene right here. This scene right here we actually got to see get filmed. And funny enough, because I had my big Canon camera with me, they thought I was a part of the press. So they took me away from my friends and put me in a little press pit. So I took closer pictures. I didn't say anything. In fact, I think one of my other friends that we met there was like, yeah, she's with the press. I'm like, I'm not though. But hey, if I get closer, I can take pictures. I'll do it. And I did. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. I really like this movie. God, it's raining. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining pretty hard. So for the last few movies, they're all a part of the same franchise, which I'm sure you already know what I'm going to show you before I say it. Yeah. It's Twilight. The funniest part about this, you see Twilight, it's 2 copies. Twilight, it's 3 copies. New Moon, Eclipse, and then Breaking Dawn Part 2? Why the fuck did I skip 1? I'm actually surprised I have New Moon. I fucking hated New Moon. Yeah, so obviously I have 3 Twilights because that's back when Borders still existed, not just Barnes & Noble, so they have their own. So I got the Target Special Edition. I think this might be the Barnes & Nobles, or the Borders Special Edition, and then I got the Blu-ray Special Edition because I had to have all the features. I think someone gifted me, or actually someone donated this to me because I think I only had Twilight up until a few years ago when someone gave me the Eclipse, and that's actually probably why I only have Part 2 not Part 1. I wouldn't say I'm a Twihard or a Twi mom considering I don't have any kids, but my friends and I definitely jumped into that. Not really so much the bandwagon, it was more like we were walking along the bandwagon and looking up at the people in the bandwagon because we didn't want to be associated because a lot of them are crazy. But we flew up to Vancouver and saw some of Eclipse being filmed, which was really cool. Like the Victoria scene where she's being chased through the woods, we saw them rehearsing that, as well as we went to Jacob's house and saw Taylor Lautner leaving, and Case do. So I have a lot of Twilight stories, as well as Twilight is the whole reason why my friends and I started going to Comic-Con. One of our friends was like, oh my god, they're going to be at Comic-Con, we should go. And we were all like, well, what the hell is Comic-Con? Big surprise, right? So without really discussing it, she bought us all tickets to Comic-Con because that was back when you could just do that, I guess. And I'm talking about the San Diego Comic-Con, you know, the mother of all conventions for comic books. So because of Twilight, that's the reason why it's become so difficult to get tickets, because they just brought this horde of people with them, and then studios started seeing like, oh shit, we should really jump in on this. And ever since then, it's been just kind of like almost a lottery, go to Comic-Con, which thankfully Patrick got us tickets 2 years ago that have rolled over for 2 years because of COVID. So we'll be going in July. It'll be the first time I've been to Comic-Con in like 5 or 6 years. It's been a while. And I used to go every year for like 7 years straight. It was so much fun. But yeah, if you want story times about our Twilight experiences, the crazy fans, we went to the New Moon premiere, so I have stories about that. Again, we went to watch some of Eclipse getting filmed. Just so much stuff to talk about. If you guys want to hear about it, tell me down in the comments and I'll bring it to you in a video in the future. That's some wild shit. Cool, so now that we're done going through my DVDs, let's check his IMDb to see if I maybe skipped any while I went through to find these. Okay, before we get into his IMDb, let's play our birthday game of what 4 are they known for. To play that game, you do this. And really, just to skim down what this means, you pick 4 TV shows or movies that you think this guy is best known for. And on their IMDb profile, there's a known for section where the top rated TVs or movies will be listed there on their IMDb profile based on how people rated them on IMDb. So in the game, you pick the 4 you think he's known for, you put them down in the comments, and then whoever gets the most right will be shouted out in the next birthday video. So with that said, let me pick my 4. You know what? It's probably gonna suck. It's probably gonna all be Twilight movies, which would really piss me off. So I'm gonna say Twilight. I'm gonna say the Batman. I really don't want to say all these other Twilights. Oh, Harry Potter, I'm hoping. Tenet. And, oh wait, that's 4. So, Twilight, Tenet, Batman, Harry Potter. Those are my 4 choices. And again, put your 4 guesses down in the comments, and in the next birthday video, we'll go over the answers and see who gets the most right. Let's check his IMDb to see if I'm missing anything. Ooh, I love that you just start to type in Robert and he's the first one. That's cool. Alright, filmography. He's got 42 titles and 3 of them are upcoming projects. Which I know they just announced the Batman Dos, so that's fun. Vanity Fair was the first? Wait, do I have Vanity Fair? I don't think I do. I don't really like Reese Witherspoon. Vanity Fair. I'm checking my DVD list. Oh, I do have Vanity Fair. Well, shit. Cheater. This is kind of weird. I don't think I really remember. I've seen this movie, but I don't remember it. All I know is he's in a deleted scene. He's not even in this movie, but he plays her son. Which, if you guys know, they played lovers in Water for Elephants, so awkward. Harry Potter was pretty much the next one, well, even though he was in a TV movie I've never heard of. Haunted Airman was after Harry Potter, interesting. And so was Bad Mother's Handbook, How to Be, Little Ashes, then Twilight. Okay, Remember Me was after New Moon, so I knew it was in the middle. Twilight. Obviously I should buy Water for Elephants. I don't think I have Bellamy. I feel like after Water for Elephants is when I got busy with other things, so I didn't see a lot of his movies. I did see Bellamy in theaters, I think, but I don't have it. Cosmopolis I don't have, which I've been meaning to watch. I have The Rover. I watched half of Maps to the Stars and that movie was really interesting, but I had to turn it off because I was fucking sleepy as hell. I think that was during one of our Comic-Con trips, so we had been just exhausted and it was on TV, so we tried to watch it. Lost City of Z, I almost saw a few times in theaters, but always forgot and then it was gone. So that's one I need to see. Good Time. There is absolutely nothing but good things I could say about that movie. It was amazing. He was amazing in it. Just go see it if you haven't. It's amazing. Damsel. Oh, I think that's that Western that I meant to see. And there's like a song of his popped up that I'm like, oh, that sounds like Robert Pattinson. And I looked and it was him on Spotify. So it's from that movie. I need to see that. High Life is another one I need to see, but haven't yet. The Lighthouse, me and Patrick just recently watched. And oh my God, that is a fucking art piece. So weird, but love it. The King has been on my Netflix watch list for years. As soon as it popped up, it was on that, automatically put on that watch list. Waiting for the Barbarians. I don't think I've heard of that, but oh my God. Oh wait, I did hear about that. That's the one with Johnny Depp. Fuck. I fucking didn't know that came out. Saw Tenet in theaters. That movie's a trip, but he's amazing in it. Like, it's Christopher Nolan, dude. The Devil All the Time has been on my watch list ever since that was put on Netflix. I just haven't watched it yet. And then there's the Batman. I feel like I ran through that pretty quick. Interesting. So yeah, I think after going through his IMDb, again, there's a lot of movies I need to buy. So I think my top 5 are going to stay intact, which again were the tie between Little Ashes and How to Be is one choice. Remember Me, The Batman, the first Twilight, and Good Time. What are your favorite Robert Pattinson movies, or moments for that matter, like for his career or memories? Like I was saying earlier, I have a ton of either, if it's not Twilight, it's definitely our Pats related because I am all about supporting that man's evolution in acting and just his career in general. I'm so proud of him, especially after seeing The Batman recently. I can't be more proud of how good of an actor he's becoming and the fact that people are finally seeing it. I guess one of my fondest memories obviously would be getting a selfie with him outside of, I think it was the Jon Stewart TV show in New York. I think it was Jon Stewart. Anyway, so me and some friends, one friend flew in from PA, I flew up from Florida, and then we met one of our New York friends there, and we all knew he was going to be on a bunch of different like talk shows promoting Remember Me, because we had already planned to go to the Remember Me premiere as well. So long story short, we kind of camped out for a couple hours outside the back of where the Jon Stewart studio thing, I think it was Jon Stewart. Anyways, there's always a bunch of crazy fans in situations like that, and I know that probably sounds biased of me since I'm also waiting around, but I'm talking like people out there talking like they're best friends with this person, and we're just all like, if you're best friends with this person, why are you standing out in the cold type of situation, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I can't remember if he was coming into the show or if it was after. It might have been afterwards, because I remember seeing him obviously walk in. So he came out and he just started going, because there was barricades of people on my side as well as on the other side of the walkway to go to the back doors. So he started on our side, and me and my friends were geared up to like, if it doesn't happen, fine, just take as many pictures as you can, because he's going to literally be right in front of us. And thankfully he was very patient, very sweet, and he got to my friend and was signing something for her. I don't think I got anything signed. I think I just got a picture. So I took pictures of her getting stuff signed so that she has proof that, hey, she actually met him, just in case she wasn't able to get a selfie as well, which I think she did too. I can't remember now. So then I was next. I don't remember what I said to him. He laughed at whatever I said. Took a selfie. I kind of look crazy. He looks good as hell, as you can see. And then this girl next to me, which was one of the crazies I was telling you about, was talking like she knew him and stuff like that. My friend was trying to do the same thing that I did for her, take a picture of her with him. Took a picture of me, but the way that Rob is angled in the picture, it looks like he's giving me like a what the fuck face, but he was actually looking at the girl next to me because she was shorter, because she was saying some crazy shit to him, and he just kind of like, and went past her. So yeah, totally sweet guy. Granted, I only had a few seconds with him, but then later at the Remember Me premiere, which we were there for hours, I was about to get a picture then, I believe, because the Jon Stewart was after the premiere, so that was my second chance. Someone hit me in the back of the head with a freaking Twilight book right when I went to go get something signed. I think that's what it was. I was getting something signed because I knew there was no way to get a picture. There's too many people. And I think it was my friend Laura that actually accidentally dropped her book on my head. So I remember that, Laura. You're lucky I got a picture a couple days later. Anyways, what are your memorable moments of Robert or favorite interviews? Definitely share them down in the comments so I could read them. And again, like I said earlier, if you want to hear any of my Twilight stories, my Robert Pattinson stories, my Comic-Con stories, definitely let me know down in the comments as well so I can get those videos made and share with you also. And with that said, thank you for chilling with me in this video to celebrate this guy's birthday today. As you all know, he's one of my favorites. I hope he's one of your favorites. And to you, Mr. Robert Pattinson, aka R-Pat, the nickname you hate the most. I hope you're having a good day today and can't wait to see all the upcoming projects you get to share with the world, as well as the second Batman installment. And keep doing you, you glorious cinnamon roll you. Happy birthday, Rob. And to the rest of you guys, you know what to do. If you had fun today, let me know down below. And until next time, tell your mother I said hello. Bye, y'all.